Welcome to another episode of Sports Brothers. Welcome to another episode of ISBHPK Sports, which is Bible Talk Management Shop. I'm going to teach you with the Israelite School of Biblical History, Fact, and Knowledge. And we're broadcasting this morning from our school location in Albuquerque at 7710 Suite F, Menard Boulevard Northeast, Albuquerque, Mexico, 87110, big zip code here. We'd like to welcome you to our show. And they're going to put the class schedule. As you can see, we're still getting these together on not only Blog Talk, we're broadcasting this morning, but we're also broadcasting on ISBHPK WQ Live as we're trying to get these things in sync, trying to get these things together. So we ask you to take this time right now. If you haven't got the notification, if you got the notification, please send a message out that the show is definitely started. All right, the class is definitely started for this morning. Again, that's ISBHPK, ABQ Live, ISBHPK, ABQ Live. Please like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification button when we do air, that you might be notified that the class is getting started. And you can also reach us on blogtalkradio.com. That's blogtalkradio.com. We go to Google Podcasts. Download the app, Google Podcast. Then go to blogtalkradio.com through the podcast app. Then go to Mashaba, MASHAHBA, and you'll be able to subscribe to our episodes on Blog Talk that way. And you can also get the notification button that when we broadcast, you can be notified that we're definitely on air and getting that done. All right. As you know, we're also with the brothers in Houston, ISBHPK Houston, the brothers and families, I should say, in Houston. And their school is at 8524 South Brazil Boulevard, Houston, Texas, 77071. We typically out there. And they broadcast their classes on YouTube on Mondays and Wednesdays from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And again on Fridays from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. And then the Sabbath class from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. All those being their local times there in Houston. You know, they have a website, isbhpk.org. You can reach them at. And again, like, share, subscribe to their YouTube channel, ISBHPK Live. All right, ISBHPK Live. We also ask you to like, share, subscribe to the Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. That you can be notified of all classes that get uploaded there when they broadcast. And then on Sundays, they have a kids show, ISBHPK Kids. It's ISBHPK Kids. You catch them every Sunday from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. And we also ask you to like, share, subscribe to 5 Minutes of Wisdom. The brother Kazaki just goes into bringing down, taking a verse and giving 5 minutes of quick application, how to apply it in your life, in, out, excellent. All right, real concise, but to the point. Concise and to the point. So we ask you to like, share, subscribe to 5 Minutes of Wisdom. On Tuesdays, if you're in the Houston metro area, you can catch it on Comcast, Houston Cable Channel number 17. That's Comcast, Houston Cable Channel number 17, or hmstv.org. All right, catch the Hidden Truth. It's public access cable show that they produce on Comcast Cable Channel number 17, and you can catch that live every Tuesday, beginning at 8:30 p.m. Houston time on hmstv.org. As you know, they have employment opportunities for young men at First Colony Mall called Sweet Ambiance. It's a kiosk where you get your latest fragrances, oils, and aromatherapy products. We ask you to check them out in Sugar Land, Texas. The sisters have started a sewing department and get sisters in employment there in Houston. And you can reach them on Facebook at Israelwear, at Everything Israelwear on Facebook for any garbage you might need, from headbands, armbands, scarves, veils, shirts, pants, dresses, fringed up. We ask you to get in touch with Israelwear at Everything Israelwear on Facebook. You can email the brothers at isbhpk at isbhpk.org or through the website. If you'd like to leave a donation to help them out, the Wells Fargo account is 101-5806-167. If you have any donations we'd like to give, particularly school supplies, pen, paper, notebooks, Bibles, apocryphas, Bible dictionaries, encyclopedias, laptops, desktops, iPads. Please don't hesitate to visit the brothers, 8524 South Grayson Boulevard, Houston, Texas, 77071. They're accepting any and all donations if you'd like to help out. You can also reach them through Google Wallet or Google Pay. The address there is isbhpk@gmail.com, and you can send direct deposit to them through those means. Excuse me. And you can also reach Priest Quatazat at area code 281-707-2737. As you know, they just opened a brand new school up in Norfolk, Virginia. The brother Kazaki did. And the address there is 2610 Granby Street. All right, 2610 Granby Street, Norfolk, Virginia, 23517. And yes, they are also in need of chairs, desks, tables, Bibles, dictionaries, apocryphas, print paper, copiers, you name it, they can use your donations. And that's 2610 Granby Street, Norfolk, Virginia, 23517 being the zip code out there. They also have employment opportunity set up at MacArthur Center Mall, located at 300 Monticello Avenue, Norfolk, Virginia, 23510. Get in touch with them and also go visit them, support them. Again, Sweet Ambiance, where you'll be able to get your latest in body fragrances and aromatherapy products. Go and check them out at Sweet Ambiance. As you know, also we have a school in San Antonio, which is located at 4219 Syndicate Drive, San Antonio, Texas, 7217, being the zip code out there. And they have classes from Tuesday through Thursday from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. And then again on Fridays from 8 p.m. to 11. We met as you get in touch with them. They have employment opportunities also for young men. Eastern Fragrances, located at Ingram Park Mall, South Park Mall, and Rolling Oaks Mall. And also they have On the Mark Moving, a moving company. All right, that's licensed, insured, and bonded. OnTheMarkMoving.com. You can set up an estimate to have your move, whatever you need to move, commercial, residential, office storage, or recycling. They take care of you. Reach out to them at OnTheMarkMoving.com. Also in San Antonio, this is a sort of department there also called Israelware SA. And you can also reach them through the Facebook page, Israelware SA on Facebook. Get in touch with them. If you'd like to leave any type of financial donation, tithes, preach offerings, or rents, Google, you can reach them on the Google Wallet address, ISBHPK@yahoo.com. That's ISBHPK@yahoo.com. And as you know, you can always reach Brother One Iron at 210-862-2643. Or reach Brother Ward at 210-862-2643. Or the Brother Shamshawan at 505-387-9609. Right? And then again, also, last but not least, we're here in Albuquerque, 7710 Suite F, Menal Boulevard, Northeast, Albuquerque, Mexico, 87110. We do the morning blog talk show Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. We invite you to check us out. And looks like we're also going to be doing the YouTube Live also on these times also. Our other class schedule is Monday through Thursday from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. We invite everybody's welcome to come and check us out, listen to the class, particular class. We invite you to come in and do that as well. And we ask you to check out the website, wayofcreation.com. The website, wayofcreation.com. All one word. We get in touch with the brothers Dawiat Ariashamar for the study of self and study of life. All right, for the study of self and the study of life, where their focus is meditation, contemplation, and self-transformation. All right, get in touch with the brothers wayofcreation.com. Located here in Albuquerque at 6609 Lomas Boulevard Northeast, Albuquerque, Mexico, 87110. You can reach Brother Ariashamar at 505-410-3048. Or Brother Dawiat at 205-305-9855. If you're also in the Albuquerque area and any handyman needs taken care of, we invite you to call Brother Ashwatza at area code 218-4218. He can definitely take care of you. He can definitely take care of whatever handyman needs you might have. With that being said and everything, I was waiting for my son here. What's going on?
They're on the way. They stopped and grabbed you a cup of coffee on the way in. They're on the way.
I don't know how I'm supposed to take that. Like it's if you didn't need this coffee, even though you didn't ask for it, that we've been there on time. But since you need this coffee, that's why we're stopping. So really, it's your fault.
No, I texted him earlier to say, on the way in, bring Michelle a cup of coffee. I called him and asked him if we're on our way. I said, okay. They didn't really specify as far as an ETA.
All righty then. All right, one thing I want to, I'm going to continue the series of baptism. We'll probably finish it up tonight for our evening class going tonight because we have a lot of people that have been locking on and checking that out there. Give me 1 second, please. We also, again, not having dead space. As much as the announcements are also, the show has definitely started. Yes, I'm still here. Just sending out these messages. All right, cool. To go ahead and get into this morning's show, the title that I put on Blog Talk is The Lord of Armies. And I want to go into this topic to, again, The scripture says that we're supposed to be rehearsing the righteous acts of the Most High. Somebody find that scripture real quick. It says we're supposed to be rehearsing the righteous acts of the Most High. And I just want to go into this as a review. For some people, it might be brand new, but I want to cover this topic and go back over this for several reasons. All right, let's get that. And let's also get Matthew chapter 6 and starting at verse 9. Matthew chapter 6, starting at verse 9. Matthew chapter 6 and verse 9. Matthew chapter 6 and verse 9. Somebody find another scripture?
It's
And down.
Judges chapter 5 verse 11. They that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Most High, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Israel.
All right, cool. So we read it once. Now let's read it again for edification. Go ahead.
Judges chapter 5 verse 11. They that are delivered from the noise of archers.
It says those that are delivered from the noise of archers. All right. What we have to understand, I didn't want to start out this way, but I guess we're here. What we need to understand is I know we look to sound very unprofessional now, but let's not be like that for now. Let's hold that and get a precept to get some understanding. What the brother Bahayama, I make sure I got it straight. What the brother just read was those that are going to be delivered from the noise of the archers. This is actually a prophecy. All right, this is actually a prophecy that was given in the book of Judges. All right, and let's get some understanding about this prophecy. It says those that are delivered from the noise of the archers. Let's go to Jeremiah. All right, let's go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50. Jeremiah chapter 50, and we're going to start at verse 28. All right, we're going to Jeremiah chapter 50, we're start at verse 28.
Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 28. The voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon, to declare in Zion to the vengeance of the Lord our God, the vengeance of his temple.
All right, cool. So we read it once. Let's read it now again for edification. Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 28. The voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon.
The voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon. And that's where we're waiting, right? To escape and flee out of this modern day Babylon. We know from Revelation chapter 18 verse 4, it tells us, so let me read that real quick. I know we're holding several scriptures. Could you please give me, or somebody give me Revelation chapter 18 verse 4.
Revelation chapter 18 verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
So in Revelation chapter 18 verse 4, and it seems kind of jumping right now, but it's going to get smooth. I promise you it's going to get smooth. That in Revelation chapter 18 verse 4, it says, one more time, please, sorry.
Revelation chapter 18 verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins. That
there's a place that we're supposed to be coming out of, all right? So that we don't receive of her sins, or what?
And that ye receive not of her plagues.
And we don't receive of the plagues that are coming to this place. Now, what place is that? Please read verse 1.
Revelation chapter 18, verse 1. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory.
Uh-huh.
And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the whole of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
So we understand this also as we went over the baptism class, the necessity for us to be baptized, not just the water baptism that was given and issued from the days of Moses, that whenever you were unclean physically, you had to physically go take a bath. You had to go physically go get in some running water, bathe in water. That you had to be clean yourself physically. But we also know there's a mental and spiritual cleansing that needs to take place. Right? There's a mental and spiritual cleansing that needs to take place. And that's the baptism by fire and baptism by the Holy Spirit. And most I was talking about, because in this place called Babylon the Great is the hold of every foul spirit and unclean and hateful thing according to the Father. Spiritually, but you can catch those classes, either on Blog Talk or ISBHPK Live. That we've covered those topics already. We covered it already. All right. But what I wanted to get to in for verse 2 was that this place is called Babylon the Great. All right. In the scriptures, it's known as Babylon the Great. We know through history that the ancient Tower of Babel, where the original Babylon was established, set up by Nimrod, that is where the Lord confounded all the languages. All right, that the Tower of Babel is when the Lord, all people got together, and before, at one time they had all one language, and being got together into one place, having one language, they came with this plan to fight God. They came with this plan to overthrow God. That in case God ever wanted to destroy the earth again with water, they would build a tower so high that somehow he couldn't flood it, and this was their plan. So because he came up with this plan, the Lord confounded or divided all the different languages at the Tower of Babel. Known that the word Babel means confusion. All right? Because when everybody speaks all these different languages, nobody can understand one another. So it was a place of great confusion. You had all nations at this spot, and there was a bunch of confusion. What we're seeing here in Revelations, that this place is called Babylon the Great, or the place of great confusion, where you have what? The mingling of all peoples. You have the great melting pot. You have every nationality here in America, unlike anywhere else in the world. All right? That you can go to any city in America, and you'll find a Koreatown, a Chinatown, a little Italy. You'll find a little Manila. You'll find Southern Samoa. You'll find the Mexican side of town. You'll find the Puerto Rican side of town. You'll find all these different places inside the town, and everybody's speaking their own language. They're about their own customs. They're about their traditions, and they're all in this place called America. You can find that across the country. So this is the place of great confusion, or the great Babylon. All right. So if we're ever seeing that from Revelations, let's go back to Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 29. Let's go back to Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 29.
Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 29. Call together the archers against Babylon.
All right. So first off, we're in verse 28. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 28.
Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 28. The voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon.
All right. So the voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon, just like it was referenced and equals what we read in the New Testament. From reading Revelation chapter 18, we're seeing it's talking about the same place, Babylon, Babylon the Great. That those of them that escape and flee out of the land of Babylon, or out of America, all right, that we're waiting for the great escape. We're waiting for the great deliverance to finally come to us out of this place called Babylon, or spiritual Egypt, or spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah, or America. We're waiting for the Lord to now deliver us out of this captivity, to deliver us out of this kingdom is what we're waiting on. All right. So again, it says, the voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon, or out of the land of confusion, which is symbolic or metaphorical for America. It says, to declare in Zion the vengeance of the Lord, our power, the vengeance of his temple. And we know that the Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel, so-called Negroes, West Indies, Puerto Ricans, Haitians, Dominicans, Cubans, North American Indians, Similar Indians, Argentinians, Chileans, Brazilians, Colombians, Panamanians, and the so-called Mexicans, we're the temple of the Most High. And for all the atrocities, all the crimes, all the wrong that's been committed against God's people, that now there's finally going to be vengeance. There's finally going to be justice when the Lord destroys and judgment on this place known as Babylon. All right? Verse 29, please.
Verse 29. Call together the archers against Babylon.
All right, it says, call together the archers against Babylon. All right. Reading on.
All ye that bend the bow against all ye that bend the bow camp against it round about.
All right, cool. So in Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 29, it says, call together the archers against Babylon. All ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about. And what we're seeing is, what this was a prophecy of, is all nations coming against America. All nations coming against Babylon. Everybody who's got a weapon, particularly a nuclear weapon. That's why you see such the nuclear arms race being pushed so hard by Americans. That Americans want to decrease people's capabilities of getting nuclear armaments, getting nuclear weapons. That is, they want to keep a race between them and Russia. And with Russia being dissolved, that America is supposed to be the big brother, the guardian, the monitor of who has nuclear weapons and who doesn't. Even though America has been the only place, the only country that has used nuclear warfare against anybody else, against civilians, against children, women, with the bomb of Hiroshima and the bomb of Nagasaki. America's been the only country on the planet Earth that's used such destructive, violent measures against people. Then now they want to be the people that's monitoring to make sure no one else can do it because of this prophecy right here. That everybody who's got the weapon, everybody who's got these nukes, that they're going to camp against America. That's why people right now are so mystified right now, and everybody's looking at what keeps happening with Iran, what keeps happening in the Middle East. We can't let these terrorists, ISIS, we can't let these terrorists get hold of nuclear weapons because they're going to let go of a smart bomb. They're going to let go of a nuclear weapon and attack America like America did Nagasaki and Hiroshima. But going along with the prophecy right here, that the Lord is calling for what? Can we read it again from the top? Verse 29 again.
Jeremiah 50, verse 29. Call together the archers against Babylon.
Calls together the archers against Babylon. All right, again, so this is any country that's got a weapon. Any country that, that's got, particularly that nuclear weapon. All right, that, and obviously back then, they didn't know to call a missile a missile. All right, you don't find the word missile in the Bible. But what would it look like? An archer. An archer who releases an arrow that flies through the air, all right, and it hits his mark. So the Lord again is called together the archers against Babylon, against the whole country. All right? All ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about. Read.
Let none thereof
Escape.
escape.
It says, let none thereof escape. That when this takes place, which everybody's looking for, Armageddon, everybody's looking for that final battle, the final war, that when all these nations fire against Babylon the Great, with whatever weapons they have, particularly nuclear weapons, it's going to look like a lake of fire, all right, which is referenced also in Revelations, that when you throw a stone into a large body of water, when that stone hits the water, what's created?
Ripple effect.
There's a ripple effect, all right? There's a ripple effect. And the reason that the Lord gives the metaphor or the symbolism of a lake of fire is because when you have all these nuclear weapons being fired from every nation that's got a weapon, and they're all hitting one place at a time, as you see that mushroom cloud go up, and you see it start to spread out, it's going to look like what? Ripples. But as all these missiles are hitting all over America, these ripples are going to be going across everywhere, across the whole land. All right? That's why Revelation is referred to as the lake of fire. That all these countries at one time fire upon America as each nuke is going off. From megaton nukes to one-ton nukes to whatever it might be, it's going to look like you throw a bunch of stones into a lake, and all these ripples are going to be going out. Now, as all these ripples are going out, you're not going to be able to escape. All right? There's only going to be certain people that are going to be able to escape this destruction. It's not going to be like your nuclear fallout shelter is going to help you out. It's not gonna be like you're gonna be able to jump in a plane like the movie 2012 or Independence Day and just barely escape the fire as it's engulfing everything. No, when the Most High just lets loose these nations to fire everything at America at the same time, there's not going to be any escape. There's not going to be anywhere you're going to be able to go. All right? They tell you now that the nuclear weapons that was let loose for Hiroshima and Nagasaki, if you join the military, they might change the name by now, but we call it what, NBC, right? Nuclear, biological, chemical warfare. And they told us when we was in a Desert Storm that the size nukes that were let loose during Hiroshima and Nagasaki, that those are called field nukes, right? That those are called field nukes. That those are so small compared to what they really have going on. That the size of the nuclear weapons that they have today, that you go on YouTube or do a Google search and go and see that the comparison of a nuclear bomb from Hiroshima to today's modern nuclear technology, and it literally looks like fireworks. You can kind of say like that. That they give you a scale, a measurement scale. Hiroshima and Nagasaki being here, it looks like maybe a pimple. All right, it very, very small and insignificant, almost like a firework, almost like a black cat or a bottle rocket going off, and then give you the scale to a modern day nuclear explosion. That when they say multi-megaton nuclear bomb, that you're talking about this bomb that was let loose at Hiroshima and Nagasaki. You're talking about hundreds of those being in one nuclear warhead now, being released at the same time. And one thing they discovered is that one thing about nuclear energy is that over time it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Meaning, what started as a 1-ton nuke, maybe back then, because it's been sitting there for all this time, that by the time it actually explodes, it's going to release of whereas 1 megaton, it might release as 1,000 megaton, because over time that nuclear energy just it builds. So by the time all these nuclear weapons are being fired at the same time at America, again, it's letting you know there's not going to be any escape. There's only going to be one way to escape. All right, that's going to be for the Israelites on the chariots of God. I'm not going to go into that class today. That to escape this fire, this destruction, that the Lord is going to deliver upon Babylon the Great. Matter of fact, real quick, we were in Revelation 18. Let's read Revelation chapter 18, verse 4. And then we're going to jump down to verse 21. All right, let's read Revelation chapter 18, verse 4. And then we're going to jump down to verse 21. And I'm joined by the brother Ahmad now also, and also my son Abijah, who brought the coffee.
Shalom. Pardon our lateness this morning, but I'm here.
Revelation chapter 18 and verse 4.
Right?
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues." All right, so the Lord is commanding us, the Israelites, that it's time for us to come out of her, my people, that we be not partakers of her sins. All right, that again, with America being the hold of every foul spirit, every abominable, hateful act that God can't stand, from homosexuality to eating of pork to inordinate affection, to men being effeminate, to women being overmasculine, that God can't stand any of this. All right, that it's time for this place to be judged. It's time for this place to finally be judged. That time is coming. All right, jumping down to verse 21. Verse 21. And he said that we receive not of her plagues. I'm sorry, read that one more time, please. Revelation chapter 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues."
verse 21.
All right, so and then we receive not of her plagues. Real quick, as we're jumping a little bit. I believe it's in Zechariah. Zechariah chapter 14, verse 12. All right, Zechariah chapter 14, verse 12. You know what's funny? I had no plans of going into class this way this morning when I put this together. That's why I would have had some of the scriptures already lined up, but I was trying to go here, but this is where we at. So just go ahead and get some understanding. What we're going on right now is giving some understanding about Judges chapter 5, verse 11. All right, so who's got it right now?
Zechariah chapter 14, verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongues shall consume away in their mouth.
All right, so we read it once. Now we're going to go back and read it again for edification. We're going to read it again, and we're going to break it down for some understanding. One more time, please.
Zechariah chapter 14, verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem.
So now we just read in Revelation chapter 18, verse 4, it told us what? Come out of her, my people, that you be not partaker of her sins and receive not of her plagues. Now, this is telling us the plague that the Lord is going to send against all those that have fought against Jerusalem, that have fought against his people. All right, reading on.
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
It's telling you that the plague, this is the major plague that's going to strike the people, America, Babylon the Great, spiritual Egypt, spiritual Sodom, is their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet. Go ahead.
And their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
All right, so what will cause that to happen? All right, what will cause that to happen? Again, keep in mind, the Lord's talking about the archers. Keep in mind, the Lord's talking about the archers firing all at the same time. This place called Babylon the Great. All right, that the Lord already called for this. Let Zechariah go and give me 2 Peter 3 and 10. Let Zechariah go. Let's get 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 10.
You know, that reminds me of, to get a visual, is Raiders of the Lost Ark, they opened that covenant. And that fire, that spirit
Right.
that went through them while they were standing, burned right through. So
I'm glad I forgot about that example. But we was always more reminded of, remember Terminator?
Terminator 3.
When she grabbed the fence
It's just like,
and that nuke went off, and she standing in the fence. What did that fire do? It blew through her to where it was just a skeleton left, to where the eyes are gone, tongue is gone, and her flesh consumed right there while she's holding on to the fence. So in putting these things together, it's not like Hollywood doesn't know what's coming. It's not like Hollywood isn't using these things as science fiction. They want to put it as science fiction so that when you read the Bible ain't really true. They plagiarize that. The Bible ain't really true. They got that from this. They got it from that. No. Remember, this was written a couple thousand years ago. These things were written a couple thousand years ago about what the Lord is going to bring to Babylon the Great, or this place called America. All right? That this is what's going to happen. Now, what's going to make, again, the eyes consume away in your holes, the tongue in your mouth, and the flesh on your bones? What's going to cause that to happen? That this is going to be the plague that the Lord is going to smite everybody that's fought against Jerusalem. 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 10.
2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10. For the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
All right, we read it once now. We're going to read it again for edification. Go ahead.
2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 10.
All right, so now we're in 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter and the 10th verse. All right, as we're putting this Bible code together, as we put the mysteries of the Bible
together, as we put this code together, so we can have the matrix revealed about what's really going on. I say matrix because I think about all the little lines. I'm sorry?
The binary code.
Yeah, the so-called binary code, and you had to be able to look into the binary code and be able to see Neo was flying through the air, and he stopped the bullets, and him and Morpheus was doing the karate. Let's go through the Bible code and put these scriptures together and get this picture revealed to us. One more time.
2 Peter chapter 3 verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
So the day of the Lord is coming. How?
As a thief in the night.
Does a thief let you know he's going to break into your house? No, but he might be watching you for a minute. He's learning your habits. He's learning your comings and goings. He's studying you. All right, it doesn't just happen. This thief has been studying you for a minute, for a while, to learn your pattern. All right, to find out when's the best time to rob you. When's the best time to get you? So it says, one more time, where we at, please, son?
2 Peter chapter 3 verse 10.
That
But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
the day of the Lord is going to come as a thief in the night, because people are not conscious of the prophecies. People are not conscious of the spiritual uncleanness they keep letting themselves get immersed in. Because people are more, like it says in Timothy, lovers of themselves, lovers of pleasures, more than lovers of the Most High, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection. That because these things are going on, the day of the Lord is going to come as a thief in the night. The day of the Lord is going to catch a lot of people by surprise. A lot of Israelites are going to be caught by surprise. Read.
In 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 10. In the which the heavens shall pass away with a great
It
noise.
says that when this day comes, the heavens will pass away with a great noise. When you have nuclear weapons being fired from every country at one place, how loud do you think that's going to be? Well, in the scripture it tells you that you're going to be able to hear the destruction of America all the way over to the Red Sea. Now, we did this before, from basically Chicago to the Red Sea. Do we have that again? Can we get that real quick?
The mileage.
Yeah, with the distance.
miles.
One more time.
6,933 miles.
I use Chicago just as a kind of like the center of America.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So and the reason I said the Red Sea, I'm sorry, I'm moving fast because this always gets me excited to know that this secret has been revealed to his servants, the prophets. That this makes me feel good. I'm not scared about this day. I'm elated that the Most High let me see and know these things before they even happen. And that we have a chance to prepare ourselves so that this doesn't catch us by surprise. So I'm not here trying to live the American dream and, oh snap. And now I'm the one holding on to the fence. Talking about, God, why? What about me? All right. Read it again.
2 Peter chapter 3 verse 10. The day of the Lord will come
The day of the Lord is going to come, go ahead,
as a thief in the night,
as a thief in the night. Read.
in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise.
The heavens are going to pass away with a great noise. The reason I referenced the Red Sea, can hold that please. I know we're in several places. Give me Jeremiah chapter 49 verse 21. Give me Jeremiah chapter 49 verse 21. Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 21.
Jeremiah 49, verse 21. The earth is moved at the noise of their fall.
It tells you that earth is going to move at the noise of the fall of Babylon. Again, imagine every nation has got nuclear capabilities. Let loose all of their armament at one time on one specific place. It's going to cause the earth to move out of orbit. It's going to shake the whole earth. It's going to be like the only image I can try and quantify this with or put this together with is a boxer hitting a speed bag. That boxer unleashes that all that power is unleashed on one spot, and and it moves the whole earth. That when the Lord has every nation let loose their nuclear armament on one place at one time, it's going to cause the earth, the whole earth is going to shake. The whole earth is going to move. Read.
At the cry, the noise thereof was heard in the Red Sea.
That you're going to be able to hear the noise of this place being destroyed. How many miles?
6,933.
You're going to hear the destruction of America, 6,900 and what?
33.
6,933 miles away. That's real far. That you have you have a thunder and lightning storm. You might be able to hear that maybe 100 miles, maybe. You can see the lightning, but you can't hear the thunder. All right. You can have, as we're coming to July 4th, there's gonna be some people that tie together. What are the fireworks? The quarter six dynamite.
You talking about the M80s?
The M80s. See,
M1000s?
all right, cool. You got M80s, you got M1000. Some of us were in the military. We've heard ordnance being exploded, from grenades to what am I thinking about? Law rockets, tanks being fired, napalm going off. If you might have been on one of them ships, the testing that they would do while you're in the ocean. We've heard explosions, all right, and it scares you. That noise scares you. But that was only maybe a mile or two away. When this takes place, the destruction is going to be heard 6,900 miles away. That's 7,000. Let's just round it up. 7,000 miles away, they're going to hear the destruction of Babylon the Great happening at the same time, while the whole earth is going to move. Now, when one of the big earthquakes that hit not California, but hit Japan, when Fukushima got hit, that was like a 7.0. That was a huge earthquake. We didn't hit that over here. That was a huge earthquake. It sent a major tidal wave. We didn't hear that over here. It was butterflies and sunshine. You was out there playing tag with your girl, whatever. Didn't. You had to turn the news on, an earthquake, a tidal wave. Where? When this event takes place, everybody's gonna know. All right. When this event takes place, you might have if you're in California, you might have been in an earthquake, and you hear the rumbling, and you feel it's very humiliating to where the ground is shaking and you can't do nothing about it. Because a lot of times, as long as you can touch ground, like that's why a lot of people don't want to fly, right? Because I don't want to touch the ground real fast with the crashing of an airplane. So, but I want something that's solid. I want something that I can solid and it's not gonna move. When you're in an earthquake, it's hard to imagine, huh?
Everything's moving.
Everything, what you depend on for safety, to be solid, your foundation's being shook. If you've never been in one, that is a horrifying, horrific experience. And they show you can watch movies and watch video clips of like San Francisco earthquake. You see a concrete bridge doing a wave. You see buildings just rocking. But this is going to be the whole entire earth, all at the same time. So again, if you try to get some fallout shelter, what's that going to do? If that's your plan is to you're going to be some hermit up in the mountains, away from the cities, because that's going to be your safety. How?
You'll get trapped and then crushed to death most likely.
In a fallout shelter, or if you're in the mountains, away from society, away from everything, when the whole earth is shaking, what are you going to be doing? That your safety plan was, I'm going here by myself, live by myself, and this is going to be my safety. Not doing what the Lord said as far as Israelites gather themselves together and doing God's righteousness and gather together with his righteousness, that's how we're going to be saved. No, you got your own plan. You got a plan of what you're going to do according to this world's wisdom. Well, we're just going to buy some land way far out, and that's going to be our safety. Well, we're just going to be able to just go do this, and that's going to be our safety. Or we're not even going to think about it. We're going to just live today like it's 1999. I'm going to just enjoy myself and all these things, and I'm not going to get ready. When it comes, it comes. Can't do nothing about it anyway. You say that now. But Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 21, one more time, please.
Jeremiah 49, verse 21.
Go ahead.
The earth is moved at the noise of their fall.
The earth is going to move at the noise of the fall of Babylon, the great spiritual Egypt, spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah, America. That's why I ain't got to worry about somebody gets on YouTube and says, I'm Jesus Christ returned. As long as I can see cars driving with no problem, I heard the noise that's heard 7,000 miles away. Liar. I ain't got to get spooked like, well, he said he was the Jesus Christ, and a lot of people believe. The real Christ said there are going to be many false prophets and many false Christs, and many going to follow their ways. So all I got to do is look up and see the heaven's still here, the earth still ain't nothing moving. All right, cool. I ain't heard no loud noise. I'm not talking about the backfire of a car. I ain't talking about a thunderclap, lightning bolt. I'm talking about something that's heard 7,000 miles away. As long as I ain't heard that, let me keep studying. Let me keep teaching my children how to fear the Most High so they can be saved. Let me keep teaching my children how to respect authority. Let me keep teaching my children how to be considerate and helpful and clean around others. Let me keep teaching them these things so that when the Most High gets here, they're already in the practice of how to rehearse the righteous acts. But that's what we're getting into, all right? So Jeremiah 49:21, one more time.
Jeremiah 49, verse 21. The earth is moved at the noise of their fall.
The earth is going to move at the noise of the fall. Read.
At the cry, the noise thereof was heard in the Red Sea.
Again, 7,000 miles away. Letting Jeremiah 49 go. Going back to 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 10.
2 Peter 3, verse 10.
2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 10. All right, now we're going back to 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, the 10th verse. Let's read it.
2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
So the day of the Lord is going to come as a thief in the night. Because a lot of people, you're not preparing yourselves for this day. You're living your life. Like Christ warned us in Matthew 24. The day of the Lord is going to be like the days of Noah. They were eating, drinking, marrying, giving in marriage. It's all about having a party. It's all about me enjoying what America's got to get. I got a bucket list that I'm going to make sure me and my family are going to partake in, because you know what? These are the good old days. And who wants to get prepared for this? All right, cool. The day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. Read.
In the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise.
The heavens are going to pass away with a great noise. How great is this noise going to be?
Yes.
It's going to be heard 7,000 miles away. Read.
And the elements shall melt.
And the what?
The elements shall melt with fervent heat.
The elements. What is so hot it can melt air? The letting loose of nuclear mega warhead missiles all at the same time. That all these weapons going off at the same damn time. Read.
The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
The earth also and the works that are there are going to be what?
Burned up.
So your car that you're so worried about, what's going to happen to it?
Burned.
Your house that you got to make sure you got the perfect whatever is going to what?
Burned up.
Yeah, you worry about your Gucci glasses or your Gucci wear or whatever. It's going to be what?
Burned up.
It's going to be your precious heirlooms, your precious. It's similar to when the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. It was all burned up. But what did Lot's wife do?
Turn back.
I'm looking back. Because that's more precious. That's more important to me than this salvation. I'm not trying to look forward to the salvation of God. I got a lot of precious, dear emotional attachments and things that are precious to me, and you're not being sensitive to what I got going on. Woman, do you understand that what kind of I must be the most horrible teacher ever. I ain't trying to open the Bible to you once to show you what the Lord is trying to get us ready for. But I'm gonna make sure we live this American dream. But at no time are we trying to prepare for what is coming. Again, I was teaching my sons. Wisdom, it's correct application of knowledge. If you know something, again, the word know being the root word of knowledge. You know something. You have some knowledge. If you apply it correctly, that's what wisdom is. To give you an example, and it's the same example I gave my children. If you was able to get into a time machine, we know it's impossible, but if you were able to get into a time machine and go back to early 1990s, and you found the group of people that was going to make Yahoo, and at the time you was able to go ahead and invest into this group called Yahoo for pennies on the dollar. You gonna get you go hop upon, do whatever you can, get as much money as you can to buy as many shares of Yahoo stock when it was literally just pennies. Because you would know what? You have that knowledge that in 10 years, Yahoo is gonna become one of the biggest internet companies around the world. And that from your investment, you will be a trillionaire. If you had that knowledge and then you applied it and acted upon it, what would people call you? Wise. Man, that was wisdom. Man, you had that knowledge and you applied it right, man, you're wise. But imagine you have the same knowledge, but don't do nothing with it. What should you be called? You're a fool. You knew this, but didn't do nothing about it. You know this was going to happen, and you had a chance to do something, but you didn't. You a damn fool. Because you got this knowledge, but you didn't do nothing with it. You're not wise. You're not spiritual. You're not in touch with, well, you're in touch with some spirit, but it's definitely not the Holy Spirit. It's definitely not the Most High. You have this knowledge, and you did nothing with it to get prepared. You hid it under a bush. You hid it. You didn't do shit with it. You need to die. Remember, in Proverbs chapter 1 it says what? The slaying of the foolish.
Simple. So
The only way you get a fool to stop being foolish, they gotta die. The only way you make a fool stop being foolish, they have to die. Because you have this knowledge, but you don't do nothing with it. You've got the secrets of God about what He's bringing, and you don't get prepared. You need to die. And unfortunately, we know 2/3 of all Israelites got to go. 2/3 of Israelites are too damn foolish. You know what's happening. You know what's coming, but you don't get you or your family ready. You a fool. And you're going to die and have the rest of your family die because of your stupidity. That you have this knowledge and don't do nothing with it. Cool. Somebody got to play the part of the wicked and fools. Somebody going to be the wise. It's your choice. So, read it one more time for me.
2 Peter chapter 3 verse 10. For the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
The earth also and the works that are therein shall be what?
Burned up.
The work. So whatever it is you're working on, that family vacation, that family getaway, that retirement fund, make sure your credit is good, making sure whatever you got going on, whatever it is you think you're building, is not going to survive this fire. It's not going to survive this destruction. The earth also and the works that therein shall be what?
Burned up.
Shall be burned up. Is that it for that verse?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So let's go back now to Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 29.
Let it go.
Yeah. Let Peter go. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 28 to 29 again, please.
Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 28. The voice of them that flee and escape out the land of Babylon.
The ones that are able to flee and escape out of the land of Babylon, this is talking to us, to those that are trying to make it to that place. Read.
To declare in Zion the vengeance of the Lord our God, the vengeance of his temple.
The vengeance of his temple. Now, let's go back. I've got a precept that we called out earlier. Going back to Revelation chapter 18, verse 4, and then verse 21.
Hold Jeremiah.
Hold Jeremiah. Now we need Revelation chapter 18, verse 4, and then 21. One more time.
Revelation chapter 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven, saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
That you be not partakers of the sins of America. And again, we've been going over this baptism class extensively. Are you really getting your spirit washed? Are you really getting your mind washed? Or are you under this perception that because some dude slapped you on the head, you got dipped in the water, that you already made it? That you're already good? Are you under the false impression that just because you know you're Israelite, that's all it takes, and you ain't got to put no work, no studying, no work, no teaching, and getting ready for this day? Because you're under this false impression that you got a few words and you're good? Even though Babylon is the place of every foul spirit and every unclean and hateful word. All right? Reading on, verse 21. Revelation chapter 18 and verse 21, please.
Revelation chapter 18, verse 21. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone,
Right?
and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down.
All right. We read it once. Now let's read it again for edification. Okay. Okay, go all the way through it. Go all the way through. I'm sorry.
And shall be found no more at all.
I'm glad we got that part. The water. Let's read it again for edification.
Revelation chapter 18, verse 21. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone, and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with violence.
Thus with what?
Violence.
Thus with violence. Go ahead.
Shall the great city Babylon
So that great city Babylon. Go ahead.
be thrown down,
Be thrown down. Read.
and shall be found no more at all.
And then this place is not going to be found anymore at all. That's what's coming to this place. All right? That none of it is going to be found anymore at all. Yes, sir. In 1 second. Let me get out of this. So this place is not going to be found anymore at all. Coming back to Jeremiah chapter
50
15, verse 28.
and verse 20, 29. Let's read it through.
Jeremiah 15, verse 28. The voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon, to declare in Zion the vengeance of the Lord our power.
The vengeance of the Lord, our power. Our power. Go ahead.
The vengeance of his temple.
The vengeance of his temple. Read.
Call together the archers against Babylon.
Call together the archers against Babylon. Read.
All ye that bend the bow, camp against and round about.
All that bend the bow, whoever's got a weapon, camp against it. Surround this place. Go ahead.
Let none thereof escape.
And what?
Let none thereof escape.
And don't let nobody escape. Read.
Recompense her according to her work.
Somebody, I'm sorry. Revelation 18 and 6.
Revelation chapter 18 and verse 6. Reward her, even as she rewarded you.
So what is coming to Babylon the Great? Reward her as she has rewarded you. Did not America be the only country to let loose against another people nuclear weapons? So guess what's coming back here? Has America been in the place of genocide, infanticide, and homicide? By destroying it. That for all that America's done to the whole entire world, the entire planet, the day of vengeance and justice is coming. The day of payback is coming. And if you're going to show the Lord, you love this place that's been so destructive, so wicked, so evil, and you find a comfort and an ease and solace here, you need to die with your lover. He said, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with him. You're the enemy of God. You love this evil, wicked place, and you're not trying to get out of here? You're not trying to do God's righteousness? You want to make sure you and your family and your whoever is comfortable here? When he said, arise, depart, this is not your rest. It is polluted. It shall destroy you. But you're trying to make a heaven here. You need to die with your lover. You need to die with this place. Because you're going to bring that same shit to Jerusalem. You're going to bring that same mentality to Jerusalem, just like when we came out of Egypt. How many people was complaining about every little thing? We ain't got no food. We ain't got no water. We should stay in Egypt. Man, I can't stand this. Man, you did this to me. Man, our kids are not being taken care of. Man, this is going on. Man, that's going on. Man, why do we come out here to serve your God, Moses? You think the Most High didn't see this shit already? And for all the men that was complaining to Moses, our wives, when you read Josephus, you read where the complaint that men had in the wilderness, they was in their tents listening to their women complain. And from the women doing all the complaining in the tents, instead of the man being the man of the tent and shutting shit down, woman, didn't you see all the plagues and all the miracles and everything that's been going on? Look, last week you was a slave. We out here now with all this. Shut your mouth. No, well, she kind of got a point. We are kind of out here, and it's brand new for us, so we got to kind of understand that they're not really kind of used to this. You know what I mean? So, I ain't got no problem with it, but she does. So if there's anything we can do to go ahead, Moses kind of make things a little easier for her, because she's just, happy wife, happy life. And they took this shit to Moses. And then that got to the Most High. You think you can complain to Moses? Like the Most High in here. Like now Moses has got to be the one just for you. And the Most High heard all this complaining, and that's when he got pissed. You think the Most High is doing that again this time? You want to be effeminate. You don't want to be the man of your house. You don't put nothing in order so that your family really does die. As if we don't have the examples of Adam and Eve. When Eve brought that shit to Adam, what should Adam have done? You know what I'm saying? What the hell are you doing?
We shut it down.
What are you bringing me? This is against the Most High. What the hell are you talking about? Are you trying to kill us? Put that shit down and no, we're doing it this way. But what did Adam's weak ass do? Well, okay.
Got a point.
All right.
Well, you are my blessing.
She told his rib to shut up, leave me alone.
Well, God did give you to me, so I guess I gotta listen to you and not God. You might leave me. Oh man, I'm over everything. I've been given dominion over the whole earth. But I can't control you.
I may go together.
But you know what? Yeah, I need this edible. I need to go ahead and take this right here because you might leave. Well, guess what? We wouldn't be right now if Adam would have manned up.
That's
So let's go ahead and follow the same example. Adam didn't man up, so let me not man up. Israel didn't man up, so let me not man up. Solomon didn't man up, so let me not man up. Samson didn't man up, so let me not man up. If you think that you're going to bring that mentality that's been on the planet Earth many, many, many more times before, you think you're bringing that to Israel, to the new kingdom? Out your rabid mind. You out your rabid mind. We've been there. We've done that. But you gonna continue to bring that shit? Okay. What verse are we in?
Verse 29.
Read. No, before that, we was where? Okay, verse 29 then?
Yeah, verse 29.
Recompense her according to her works, right?
No.
Then we read Revelations 18 and 6. Reward her double according to her works.
No.
Pay them back for the way they've done everybody else. And we thinking that Israelites are going, that God hates this place, but you try to make this place a comfort, a haven, a place you don't want to leave. You need to die with your lover. Reading on.
According to all that she hath done, do unto her.
Right?
She hath been proud against the Lord, against the Holy One of Israel.
This place has been proud against the Lord, against the Holy One of Israel. All right? So, we can let this go. We need to get real quick Revelation chapter 11. Let's start at verse 11. Revelation chapter 11, and we're going to start at verse 10. We'll read 10 through 13.
Revelation chapter 10.
Revelation chapter 11.
11. Revelation chapter 11, verse 10. And they that dwell up upon the earth shall rejoice over them, and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwell on the earth.
All right, so verse 10, Revelation chapter 11, verse 10 says, and they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them, and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwell on the earth. The two prophets he's referring to is Israel and Judah, from when the kingdom divided. All right, going all the way back to 722 BC, when actually 933 BC, when the kingdom was first divided. After Solomon died, his son Rehoboam was in charge. The nation of Israel split into two kingdoms: the southern kingdom of Judah and the northern kingdom of Israel. All right, and we're the two prophets of the Lord. And the Lord finally brought us here to America for this final slavery, for this final punishment. And we were the gifts that they were sending one to another. And then we, for the plantations in the South, and remember the slave trade started when Columbus took Native Americans back to Spain. All right, it didn't start with Judah coming from Africa over to America. The slave trade started when Columbus took Native Americans back to Spain as slaves. That's when the slave trade actually started.
So the gifts that were being sent, they were sending us as gifts. And they rejoiced over us. As you get the sample dolls, the 1 little, 2 little, 3 little Indians, all the mockery that they did with us. The nigger bait, the coon hunting, and all that type of stuff. We were the gifts and the merriment that they enjoyed at our expense. All right? Reading on, verse 11.
And after 3 days, and half the spirit of life from God entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
All right, good job. So Revelation chapter 11, verse 11. After 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from God entered into them. After a certain time, I'm going to go to this whole class later on. After a certain period of time, the spirit of life from God entered into us. We know the spirit of life from God is understanding. All right? Understanding now entered into the Israelites after 350 years. We know we was finally put into the hands of America in 1619. By 1619, the transporting or getting of bringing of the two kingdoms together geographically. You already had the northern kingdom of Israel already here in the Americas. Then you had the transporting of the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, come to the Americas as slaves as well. That started 1619 being the official start of the transatlantic slave trade. From 1619, if you had 350 years, you come up with 1969. All right. The importance of that is 1969 is when the so-called white man went to the moon. All right, and he said the eagle has landed. When you put that together with Obadiah, when the Lord said that concerning Edom, that though that set the nest among the stars, and you call yourself the eagle, he said, from thence will I bring thee down. So when did the so-called white man actually go to the stars, go to the moon? 1969, which happened to be when? 350 years after our arrival to the Americas. Again, from Revelation 11, verse 11, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from God entered into them. So in 1969, 350 years after the official start of slave trade, this is when we started finding out we were Israelites. This is when that spirit started coming back. We're the dry bones. We're Lazarus. We're the people of the book. That's when it started coming out. It started being rumored that yes, we're the chosen people. Not Kwanzaa, not Muslims, not Democrats, Republicans, whatever, but that we are the Israelites. And that took place all around that same time, 1969 coming to 1970. We see with the coming of 1969, you also had the pushing real hard of what? Welfare. And what was the tenets of welfare? To break up the family structure. That this woman could receive government assistance as long as there was not a man in the house. And they would actually send caseworkers to your apartment, to your projects, to do what? To make sure there was not a man living there. And as long as there's not a man living there, then they would give you college assistance. They would give you food. They would give you money, help you with your rent, help you with your bills, and all that. Which further led to what? The separating and dividing of our families. The independence, the independent black woman syndrome really started at that time. That now a woman didn't need a man to get a place to stay, to get an education, to provide and take care of herself. That was the advent. And then you have, at that same time in history, you had the women's liberation movement, where white women started taking their bras off, and we ain't gonna be feminine no more. Women really started wearing pants at that time. Whereas before that, go and look at old pictures. You never saw women in pants. They were always wearing dresses. It was strange to see a woman in pants. 1970, you have the women's liberation, and what do you start seeing? Women in pants, women now becoming mechanics, women now working jobs that have traditionally been for men. This is when you start seeing all this taking place. Right around 1969, 1970, because in Daniel, he warned us and told us that what? This is going to happen when they have accomplished to separate the holy people. Right before 1970, you had the civil rights movement. And what did you see? You saw, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. You saw the American Indian movement. You saw the Brown Berets. You saw the Black Panther Party. You saw the garments that our people were wearing. Our people started going back to wearing fringes. Our people started going back to wearing studs. You saw our people get to a connection with the UFOs, the so-called chariots, the so-called UFOs, the chariots of God in the Bible. That we started getting on these higher planes, and we had a real unity, a real love for one another that was coming together. Right around 1970, you also had what? The Mac. Now it became about making money. You had the gangs was originally set up to protect the neighborhoods from drug dealers, from white violence. Now you're seeing the gangs now taking this turn to sell the drugs. And then from selling drugs and making this money, now you're seeing the inter-gang warfare taking place. To where now we're not trying to protect one another. Now it's about how much money can we get. Now it's about diving in the back, sun rooftop, sitting in the lean with a gasoline. Ooh. Then it became all about that. It became about the players' ball. That we gotta floss, we gotta flex, we gotta be bad. And that was the destruction of a family unit. All this taking place at that same time. So we're seeing that was very prophetical and historical. So reading Revelation chapter 11, verse 11 one more time. Revelations chapter 11, verse 11 one more time.
Revelation chapter 11, verse 11. And after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from God entered into them.
The Spirit of life from God entered into us. And again, I'm going to go to the whole class. We know that it was around that time that now it started to be said, we're the Israelites. We're the children of God. But before that, we had no clue. There was every plan was came up with and derived to keep us from being Israelites. No, y'all are Masons. No, y'all are Muslims. No, Kwanzaa. No, you're right. You're American Indians. No, you're right. You're natives. No, you're right. You're colored. You're black. You're Democrats. You're Republican. No, you're a Nubian. No, you're a Pyru. No, you're a Grand Wizards. Y'all are the hip hop nation. Hip hop. That's your nation. You're the Zulu nation. You're not Israelites.
You said in 1969 that we started to figure out who the Israelites. Weren't you born here like 1969 or something?
I was. But we're not going there. That's my son. All right. Reading on. And in Revelation 11, verse 11, it says, after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life of God entered into them. That was such an unprecedented historical event that a lot of people don't get it. That really did mark the end of the downfall of America. That was it. Now, mind you, do I want to go yet? No, I don't. After 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life of God entered into them, and they stood up on their feet. And now we're starting to do what? At that time, we started to stand up. We're Israelites. We're God's people. It's time for us to come together. At the same time, we're being divided. It was kind of a weird dynamic that's taking place. They stood up on their feet and said, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. To see us united, go back and look at the Rodney King riots. 2 tribes gathered together, Judah and Issachar. I was in Japan. I was in Okinawa, Japan, when the verdict came out. Do you know Okinawa, Japan shut down? Okinawa, Japan shut down from 2 tribes gathered together in Los Angeles, California. It devastated the whole earth. Just 2 tribes. Imagine 12 tribes finally coming together. But and remember, what was the significant about the Rodney King verdict? The police didn't have enough bullets and weapon guns to stop the riots. They couldn't do nothing about it. But some conspiracies also theorized and put together that you also had microwave towers that have been put up all through the neighborhood, all through South Central, Watts, Compton, so that, and with the microwaves being let loose at the time, it agitated people that much more. to cause them to riot that much more, to give them the excuse of why they need to come in there with the strong military force that they did. I'll teach you about it. It's called the Mighty King riots. I promise you, I'm for you in. That's why you're here. All right. That took place. They were thinking that it was going to happen again with the O.J. Simpson verdicts. This time they were prepared. But again, because they don't read the Bible, the scripture says what? Most of it comes as a thief in the night. But since y'all are now ready for something to take place during the O.J. Simpson riot or O.J. Simpson trial, the Most High said, nah. Y'all are ready. I catch you when you're not thinking about it. I catch you like a thief. When you're asleep, when you say peace and safety, that's when sudden destruction comes. When you stop thinking about it, you stop looking, they're just sensationalizing, they're just going over the top. We ain't worry about this. We've heard this all before. Cool. Blow your ass to sleep. So the Most High come and get your ass as a thief in the night. So after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from God entered into them, and they stood up on their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. Verse 12, Revelation chapter 11, verse 12.
And they that heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to earth, heaven, in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them.
All right, so I'm reading one more time. Revelation chapter 11, verse 12. And they heard a great noise, a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. You might be familiar with Star Trek. Beat me up, Scott. All right, you might be familiar with something like that. They got that example, what it is read right here. That after 3.5 days, at that 350-year period, that any time after that time, it's going to be saying like a thief in the night. Come up hither. The chariots of God are going to be seen. And it's going to be beaming up those Israelites that have been preparing themselves and getting themselves ready. That have been rehearsing the righteous acts. That verse 13.
And in the same hour was there a great earthquake.
Uh-oh.
And
Is any of this kind of resonating? In that same hour that Israel's going to be being beamed up, there's going to be also a great what?
earthquake.
A great earthquake. You know, kind of reminiscent of what was prophesied about in Jeremiah. Kind of reminiscent of what's been given about the destruction of Babylon the Great. The destruction of spiritual Egypt, spiritual Sodom. You know, you can say something.
Doomsday an hour. Doomsday preppers ain't gonna have a chance to get to that bungalow.
Hell no. No. And this is very VIP reserved seating. If you ain't got your reservations in, you ain't your preparations in the same hour, there's gonna be a great earthquake. But we know what's gonna cause the earthquake.
The fall of Babylon.
It's gonna be the fall of Babylon, and every nation firing their weapons, their archers, their bows at this place. Reading on.
Verse 13. Verse 13. In the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the tenth part of the city fell.
And the 10th part of the city is referring to this kingdom. Read.
And in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000. And the
Remnant.
were affrighted, and gave glory to the God of heaven.
So for those that survive, the ones that escape this destruction, we're going to be scared. We're going to be frightened, and we're going to give glory to the God of heaven. Now let's go back to Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 28. Let's finish that up. 50,
50, 28. Where we was at? Yeah.
Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 28,
29. Verse 29.
verse 29. Call together the archers against Babylon.
Call together the archers against Babylon. Read.
All ye that bend the bow,
All that bend the bow. Every nation that has a weapon, shoot it. Read.
camp against it round about.
Camp against this place round, surround it. Read.
Let none escape.
Let none escape. Again, for Israelites, first off, you have to be Israelite to even warrant this escape from Babylon the Great. Two, if you're not on them chariots, forget about it. If you're not on those vehicles that God is sending to have you delivered, it's a wrap. Read.
Repent her according.
Recompense.
Repent her according to her work. According
Repay this place. What recompense means to repay. Repay this place the same way they've been with everybody else. Now it's time for them. They've been violent against the whole earth, especially the Israelites. Now it's time for this to come back to them. Read.
according to all that she hath done.
Go ahead.
Do unto her, for she hath been proud against the Lord.
All right, cool. So the archers, again, hopefully we get some understanding right now. These archers, I'm talking about all the nations that at this particular time is going to fire upon America. So going back now to Judges 5:11, for the first scripture we started with today.
Judges chapter 5, verse 11. They that are delivered from the noise of archers.
And again, so this is going all the way back to the time of Judges. Prophesying what was going to be what Jeremiah spoke on, and even what John the Revelator spoke on in Revelations. Those are going to be delivered from the noise of the archers. What place are we going to be delivered from the noise of archers? America. Babylon the Great. Those that are going to be delivered from the noise of archers, read.
In the places of drawing water.
And those who drew water were slaves. So what place is it that there's going to be a final destruction and the slaves are going to finally be delivered? Babylon the Great. America. After that, 350 years. Read.
There shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Most High.
Here, in this place, we're supposed to be doing what?
Rehearsing the righteous acts.
We're supposed to be rehearsing the righteous acts of the Most High. All right? We're supposed to be rehearsing the righteous acts of the Most High. And with that, give me Exodus chapter 15, verse 3. I'm sorry? We let everything else go.
Exodus chapter 15 and verse 3. The Lord is a man of war.
First off, what is one thing we need to understand?
The Lord is a man of war.
If we're going to be rehearsing the righteous acts of the Most High, we understand that the Most High is what?
A man of war.
Read.
The Lord is his name.
That's one thing we've got to understand. In rehearsing the righteous acts of the Most High is a man of war. Now, one definition I got for war that I would like everybody to go with is a state or period of armed hostility or active military operations. I'm going to read it again, give everybody a chance to write it down. The definition I'm going with for war that fits right now and what I'm trying to break out and get some understanding to, I don't want other definitions, that's why I'm reading this one. In Exodus chapter 15, verse 3, the Lord is a man of war. The definition I want to go with is for war, a state or period of armed hostility or active military operations. A state or period of armed hostility or active military operations. And what I really want to focus on was the part that said active military operations. Active military operations. The Lord is a man of active military operations.
State or period of active military operations. That's the whole
It's a state or period of armed hostility
armed hostility. Got it.
or active military operations.
Armed hostility or active. Gotcha.
So if I want to insert that into the scripture, it would read like this. Exodus chapter 15, verse 3.
The Lord is a man of, the point I want to really get to, active military operations. The Lord is his name. I wanted to get that because, again, a lot of people, we don't understand the Most High. And since we don't understand the Most High, we don't understand God's righteousness. If we don't understand the Lord is a man of what? Active military operations. How does the military operate? Are there not commands and orders and rules that got to be followed? Isn't that an order, a chain of command that's got to be followed? This is how the Most High operates. So if we don't even just start to grasp or comprehend the righteous acts of the Most High, what do we need to start to understand and comprehend? The Most High is a man of active military. Military is very much alive. Military operations is in effect. This concept of that America has got you into, that no, I can do what I want, the land of the free, home of the brave. I'm free to do what I want when I want. I'm free to go where I want to because I'm free. For those of us that are in the military, I'm talking about 4 brothers here that did serve this damn country in the military. If you were not at the place you're supposed to be, that you were ordered to be at, what was that called?
AWOL.
And what does AWOL mean?
Absent without leave.
You didn't have permission. You were absent and you didn't have permission to be absent.
And the feds came looking for you.
And feds, MPs, somebody came to get your ass. And you be called a deserter. You be locked up in Leavenworth. Something happened. You were absent without leave. You had no permission. The whole concept of this thing.
Severe penalty.
Remember going back even to let's go back to the 50s. I got to go all the way back there to 1950s. Remember when children had to ask to be excused from the table?
Yeah.
You had to ask permission to leave. You didn't get no attitude talking about peace again. And you walk to your room and shut the door and get off some PlayStation, Nintendo on the internet and put a blog out. No. Say it again.
That never happened.
Not in a righteous household. Not in God's righteous household. And then what were the kids? Who had to clean up all the dishes and the plates and the whole area? Children.
Get off the table, do the dishes, put them away.
Even before that, set the table.
You can set the table. You gonna sit your ass down here and whatever dad is going over that the family needs to hear or deal with, guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna sit there and listen to it. Then when the father, everything is done, he's good with it. All right, you ain't now clean the table. And let a dish get broke because you got an attitude. Let a dish get broke because you got an attitude because you mad.
Man, you got the same shoes to get glad in. Cry me a river full, a cup of tears.
For cry me a river. It's order. That's righteous. But American now has got this mindset, no, I'm free. I can do what I want, when I want, and I don't need nobody's permission. And I'm going to live in your house and keep my own rules in your house. What was told to us? If you ain't going to obey my rules, it's time for what? It's time for you to go. That in this house, this is how we do things in this house. But Billy and them, his mom lets him do whatever he wants. Good for Billy and his mom. In this house, these are the rules of this house. But now it's to the point where kids can cuss their parents out, walk away, and be to the ultimate of disrespect. And somehow parents in this mindset, I'm just trying to be right. Right with who? Right with who? You definitely ain't trying to be right with God. The Most High is a man of war. What does it mean to be about war? Active military operations. And again, we've got men in this room. I'm glad to be joined by brothers who serve in armed forces. You understand order. You understand authority. You understand respect. But in this place where the Most High said is every unclean and hateful spirit, are you really cleaning your mind? Are you really cleaning your spirit? That now is no longer about order. That now is no longer about putting things in order righteously the way the Most High wants things done. All right, from there, let's go to, I know we're getting short on time, 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 40. 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 40. And then we're going to jump into verse 33. I want 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 40, and then verse 33. Let's read.
1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 40. Let all things be done decently and in order.
Let what things?
All things
All things be done how?
decently and in order.
Let all things be done decently and in order. Why? Because the Most High is a man of war. Why? Because the Most High is a man of active military operations. The Most High is about order. But if you got that cancer, you got that American psychosis, that's about just letting somebody do what the hell they want to do when they want to do it. You have a real sickness. You are definitely a friend of the world, and you are against God. You are against the Most High. And especially, don't be studying to get your mind clean so you know you're doing right by God. Don't study so that now all these unclean spirits can get you wrapped up so now you're confused, you don't know what to do. Okay? The scripture says, let all things be done decently and in order. Yeah, if we're supposed to be, if we want to be delivered from the noise of the archers, we want to be delivered from that destruction that's coming to Babylon, the place of great confusion. We're supposed to be rehearsing the righteous acts of God, what God calls righteous. Not what America calls righteous, what God calls righteous. We're supposed to be rehearsing the righteous acts of the Most High and letting all things be done how? Decently and in order. There's an order to everything. Especially if we're dealing with who? God. Let's read verse 33 now.
1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 33. For the Most High is not the author of confusion.
Because God is not what?
The author of confusion.
Not when he's an active man. Not when he's a man of active military order. I'm sorry, I'm messing it up.
Active military operations.
When God is a man of active military operations, he's not the author of confusion. And by the way, what does the word Babylon mean?
Confusion.
So guess what the Most High is not the author of?
Confusion. Babylon. Confusion.
So all this crap going on here in America, well, maybe that's how God wants it to be. Yeah, I was born this way. Maybe that's how God just wanted things to be, where, you know, I'm not supposed to put things in order. Maybe God, maybe, even I got a whole book called the Bible, maybe God wants it to be this way. Maybe God wants it to be where people just do what the hell they want to do and keep things confused. Maybe that's just the Spirit of God.
Maybe you just made this book for fun.
Man, maybe this book is just supposed to be a paperweight. He's not the author of confusion. Well, maybe God just wants it to be, you know, for all that's been going on in the world and everything, that maybe God doesn't want me to put things in order. Maybe God just wants people to not respect authority and not get ready for what he's got coming on and be this way. Maybe. I don't have a scripture I can use to prove any of this, where he says prove all things. Maybe
Let me do like the Israelites did coming out of Egypt and be in my tent and listen to my woman complain and complain and complain and complain. And let me bring that same shit back to Moses. Did it work then? We read about the first earthquake, don't we? What was the first earthquake? Korah, being from the tribe of Reuben, the firstborn of the tribe of Reuben, so he was the eldest Israelite, all right, from a prestigious family. Where's this man at? In his tent with his woman. Listen to her gripe and complain. I thought you was Reuben. I thought you was supposed to be in charge. Moses is from the tribe of Levi. They're the fourth family, third family. You're from the seed of Reuben. You're number one. Why are you thought you ain't a man? Ain't it convenient that Moses and his son Aaron, or his brother Aaron, they're in charge? That don't seem strange to you? You should take over. You should take over because you're from the tribe of Reuben. You're number one. Do you like seeing me have to serve Miriam? How is it that Moses, Aaron, and Miriam, they're in charge? Miriam checked me the other day. She told me to take the pants off and put on the dress. Can you believe this? I thought you was Reuben. I thought you was the great Korah. I thought you was a man. I thought I married a real man. A real man wouldn't see his woman like this. So what did it instigate Korah's dumbass to do? Raise up other Israelites. Yeah. Our women we got a point. How come Korah's not in charge? What? And hold up. And you get the best of everything? Hold on. Ain't it convenient, Moses, that you get the best and first of everything, and also your brother, Aaron, and his children? Ain't that awful convenient?
I get sloppy seconds.
We gotta go to work, and y'all get the best? That's all convenient. I think I should be in charge. Ain't that right, babe? Ain't that right, y'all? And we read about what? The first earthquake. Opened up and swallowed husbands, wives, kids, cattle, tents, everything they possessed was swallowed up. Bye-bye. As the earth closed back up, I'm glad I wasn't there. I'd been sarcastic as fuck. Is God with you now? Tell your woman to open the earth up now. I can't hear nothing.
Just the echo of your voice.
1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 33 says what?
1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 33. For the Most High is not the author of confusion.
The Most High is not the author of confusion. I'm not sure, and for those who haven't listened to the broadcast, or for those of us here, have you ever read the Willie Lynch papers? It's called the Willie Lynch papers. The Willie Lynch papers was the psychological reversal of men in charge. Instead of men being in charge, now women were in charge, and men were weak, mindless, scared,
Strong body.
no backbone ass people.
Weak mind.
Very weak minded. Yeah. The implementing of a woman can just run her mouth with complaints, and the man having no strength, no power, no scriptures, just submitting. It was the plan that was implemented. Now, we also read the scriptures that the men of the Most High are supposed to be the ones that do what? Turn the world upside down. But us turning the world upside down, we're actually doing what? Putting things back right. We're supposed to be putting things back right with God. Because it's been backwards and confused here in America. Here in Babylon the Great. We're supposed to be men of order, men about God. That's what's supposed to be happening as we're rehearsing the righteous acts. We're practicing and getting things in order the way God wants things done. So it says, for God is not the author of confusion, but of what?
But of peace.
But of peace. Read.
As in all churches of the saints.
So how does the Most High keep confusion away and keep peace? Read verse 32.
1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 32. And the spirits of the prophets are subject to the
Let me
prophets.
catch up, y'all. I gotta read this proper. Gotta read it proper. Gotta read it in order. Cool. We're gonna end this one. We're gonna end this one. I'm finished with. I do want to get this one here. 1 Corinthians chapter 14, right? Is that where we're at?
That's where we're at now.
I'm sorry. 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 33, and then verse 34. Let's read verse 33 again, and then verse 34.
1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 33.
Go ahead.
For the Most High is not the author of confusion.
The Most High is not the author of confusion like what we have here in Babylon, like what we have here in America. It's all confused. There is no order. Read.
But of peace.
But of peace. Go ahead.
As in all churches of the saints.
How does the Most High keep confusion away? And how does the Most High keep peace? Verse 34.
Verse 34. Let your women keep silence in the churches.
Hold up. So how does the Most High keep confusion away?
Let your women keep silence in the churches.
Baja. How does the Most High keep confusion away?
Let your women keep silence in the churches.
Stop giving your opinion. You ain't got nothing to say about how things are run. Didn't Miriam try that? Damn. Didn't Miriam try that same shit? And what the Most High do?
Turned her lepers.
Slap the color off of her? Slap the black off of her? Ain't that what he did? He slapped the black off of her.
Pigment away. Lepers.
And said if her father spit in her face, she had to be away for 7 days. That was the Most High spitting in her face. Shut the hell up. You have no opinion here in how things are supposed to be done, in the order of things. But you know who would keep that order? Those that study. You know who would keep that in remembrance? Those that are studying and really trying to save their families. And really trying to do right by the Most High so that everybody can be saved. So that, unlike Lot's wife, who turned around and had to be destroyed, turned to a pillar of salt, that don't have to happen to you, babe. That doesn't have to happen to you, honey. If you're my soulmate, then we can go into the kingdom together. Our love will last forever. Keith Sweat.
Right. May that last forever.
That if we do things the right way, we can be together forever. Forever. Ever, ever? There won't be no more sorry Miss Jacksons.
Sorry, Jackson.
No. Now, I can literally give you your own world. And that's what I plan on doing. That's right. We make it. What's up? And I get what I want. I'm going to give her her own moon. Her own moon. Go ahead, babe. You're in that. You was with me to the end. You was with me. You. I got you.
Take a fucking swipe jump and grab it with that.
Did they show that Jim Carrey doing that shit in Bruce Almighty? Yeah. If he can do that shit it says it's not come to man's mind, it's not been heard. The glory of God will give those who love him right now. So by then I'll be able to pay your rent. I'll be able to I ain't gonna wash you. I mean that type of shit. I have some servants. They can serve you. Ain't gonna be no sweat on my brow.
Soul shall not touch it.
Your soul will not touch the ground.
Soul and foot.
Because you've been my help in this year. You were my aid. You were my assistant. You helped me in my work for the Most High. He gonna reward me. Why would I not reward you? But you only reward if you help me. And we do things in order. So, how does Most High keep confusion and keep peace? Verse 34.
1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 34. Let your women keep silence in the churches.
Let your woman keep silence in how the order of things is supposed to go. And if you can't speak up as a man, why don't you read her Miriam? Why don't you take over the Adam and Eve breakdown? If you don't have the wits or the mentality, why are you not using the weapon that God gave you? The word of God is what? What's the word of God? Quick and powerful,
Sharper than any
Sharper than any two-edged sword.
cutting even the son of what?
soul and
Soul
spirit.
and spirit.
So that manly spirit she has on her, guess what will cut that manly spirit of needing to be in control? Guess what will cut that spirit?
Words of the Most High.
But I don't want to offend her. She might get mad. She might not give me none.
What's more important, that spirit needs to be cut.
Has this, the route you're taking, has that been tried before?
Mm-hmm.
Was it successful?
No.
So why now in 2019 do you think it's going to work?
Same thing, expect different results.
Mm-hmm.
Let's finish 33 me out of here, or 34 to get out of here.
1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 34. Let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak.
It's not permitted of them to give their opinion about how they think things should be ran. By doing it this way, the Most High keeps what?
Order.
Keeps order and peace.
Peace.
Let's think about this for a second. Back in high school, or our younger days, why do most men get in fights at the club?
Over women, there's always a woman.
Always.
Always a woman.
Most of the wars started with
Hey, let's go back even further.
Ice Cube said 9 times out of 10 we're always involved.
If you have a sister, how many times does she do something to some dude, come run to you, and you better come run and fight this person?
But he said, I gotta prove my love every time.
I gotta prove my love every night. My heart beats.
Because a woman wants to feel like you are a knight in shining armor, and you feel like you got to live up to that, so it's got to be on. What did you say to her? That's, you know what I'm saying? That's my woman, that's my sister. There's always a real woman. And a man feel like you got to stick his chest out for that. And
So all the times that happened,
sometimes
for many times as we was in the club and got in a fight with other cats over some women, did the woman ever go with the loser?
Yeah.
oh, that's horrible.
Has the woman ever gone with the loser?
Even if it was her man, it ain't her man no more. Gosh.
You fighting this dude behind your woman looking at him. Why you don't address her? Why don't you talk to her about what she was doing? Then now I gotta get my posse, I gotta get my boys, I get my crew, and now we gotta go roll on these niggas. And now it's gotta keep escalating. What is that?
Woman.
Is that not confusion?
Mm-hmm. Brothers are dying over that. And they locked over women.
It says many men of understanding have lost their wits behind a woman. You understand you're Israelite. You understand what your purpose and job for the Most High is, but you lose that understanding behind a what?
A woman.
A woman. That's not order. That's confusion. That's not how you keep peace. Because now, as men keep listening to women, what happens with brothers? Now there's division, there's tension. Now there's hostility
Enemies.
among brothers, where didn't the Most High command the blessing with the unity of brothers, that the more brothers united,
The Most High commanded the blessing. As brothers unite, but as men listen more and more to women, bringing in more and more confusion, what happens to the unity that the brothers are supposed to have? It's broken, it's separated, it's fractured. And now there's no peace. Now there's no peace. Because we're not keeping the order. Because we're not rehearsing the righteous acts of the Most High. Which is going to be needed for what? When all the bombs drop, and it can be any day. Remember, thief in the night. It can be today. You plan on going out flying a kite or going down a water slide or whatever, and gonna look up, and you're gonna have about here in Albuquerque. You know, we screwed here in Albuquerque. We know that the Sandias, the Manzanos, we know they're hollow on the inside, and that a lot of America's nuclear storage is right here. Albuquerque is most definitely. Come on, the very first nuclear bomb was let loose at White Sands Missile Range.
It was built here.
It was built here.
In Los Alamos.
That's why I call it white sand. The heat went out. It turned the sand white. We need to take a field trip.
Not too far from here.
It ain't too far from here. That's what this place is.
Let's go.
That this place, Albuquerque, please. But Albuquerque is on the list to be one of the first places taken out. You think it'd be LA, DC,
What about New York?
New York, Chicago? No. The land of entrapment. Enchantment. Right here. Where are you going to escape to? I'm going to go to the res. Really? You go hide where they're aiming at. Okay. Well, we're going to end with that. I want to thank the brothers for joining me this morning. And it was a little rough start. I do apologize for that, but that's just part of my character. That's part of who I am. As we're rehearsing, trying to get the righteous acts of the Most High. Join us again tonight. We're going to continue finish up baptism a little bit, but I do want to go more into this right here about rehearsing the righteous acts. Why is it important for us to renew our spirit? Why is it important for us to keep continually cleansing and baptizing our spirit, continually baptizing our minds? Because in this polluted, dirty, abominable place, if you ain't cleaning your mind up and getting ready and rehearsing the righteous acts of the Most High, it's too easy to get dirty. It's too easy to get spotted. It's too easy to get, if you wear all white, that red dot will stand out like a red dot. That stain ain't gonna come out. So I do want to thank the brothers for assisting with this morning's class. And again, go ahead and join us tonight. Please go ahead and join us tonight as we continue. And also remember, there's also ISBHPK Houston, ISBHPK Live. They'll be broadcast tonight also on YouTube. Either check them out or check us out. It's all going to be archived. We'll check out everything. So with that, my name is Mashaba. I'm Mud.
And Anathan.
I'm
Dark. I brought you out of
I body your bone.
We don't drop that bone part.
Alright, cool. I body it.
We're going to say about your pun Mashaba. How about that? All right. All right, with that, we're going to say shalom.
Shalom.
Love reading. Love reading. As the water for the coffee. I kind of.